I'm going to be giving a little bit of a demonstration on how to do blind contour drawing. And this isn't ideal, but this is a scenario that I've set up here. I've got a camera on one side so you can kind of see my face as I'm drawing. And I've got Adobe Photoshop open on the other side. The point of doing a blind contour drawing is to not look at your drawing while you're doing it. You're doing it blind. But your eyes aren't closed. Your eyes are closely looking at the subject that you are drawing. I'm going to start off by doing my hand and parts of my face. Blind contour drawings can be short in duration, or they can be really long and highly detailed, but you should not be looking at your paper while you're drawing. And it should be done with one continuous line. Think like an Etch-a-Sketch. If you need to get to a different part of the thing you're drawing again, you've got to trace back around to contour until you can get to it again. Don't pick up your pencil. So I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate that now in a couple of ways. I'm going to do my hand first. And when I do my hand, I'm going to look at my hand directly. I'm going to look at my hand and I'm going to trace around the contours or the outside edges with my eyes. And as my eye slowly goes around the contour and picks up every little groove and detail, my hand will start to copy the same thing that my eyes are doing. And that's really what this is about. It's a training exercise to get your eyes and your hands to synchronize their behavior. Okay? And that's not going to happen when your eyes are darting all over the place. So we've got to slow down, take it easy. I like to imagine my eyes are like lasers, and I'm just carefully cutting out using laser vision. You can and should pick up smaller contours, though, wrinkles in the hand. The hand is a great place to start. Typically, we take them with us, and but you can do this with other objects, and we will do this with other objects as well. So why don't you just watch for a minute, relax, and get everything ready to go. Okay. I have the camera up so you can see that I'm not going to be looking at over here where my page is actually set up. I'm going to be looking at my hand. Okay. Because of the scenario, I might see a little bit of my peripheral, but ideally you don't look at it at all. Okay, I'm going to put my hand up over here and I'm going to make some gesture. Wrinkles work great for this. I don't have to get the whole hand or anything like that, and I'm only going to get from where I see. So it's actually going to look different based off of you seeing whatever you're looking at on the screen right now, because my perspective is different than yours. Okay, I'm going to choose where I go. I'm going to be right around here. Okay, here we go. I want to pick up the contours. Wrinkles on my fingers. Here's my knuckle. You can just barely see some wrinkles there. If you go off the page, that's okay. Just go right on up off the page if you need to. Here's my fingernail. Goes back in. Okay, here's the knuckle. Here's another knuckle. Kind of a strange groove right there. Down into the palm of my hand. I'm going to trace it back up, like I said, like the Etch-a-Sketch. I'm going to move over to this other knuckle. Finger comes out, comes down. There's another fingernail. Down underneath, starts to wrinkle. That's the other part of that knuckle. Okay. Now I'm going to try to find the next finger here. do one more. I'm not even going to finish off my hand. I'm just going to do part of my hand. My eye slowly tracing around the outside. Palm, and I'm going to cut it there. Okay, I'm going to take a break for a second. Good. All right. If you haven't done this sort of drawing before, it's really amusing, right? Yeah, good job. This is my art teacher. This is exactly what a blind contour drawing should look like. The edges should not meet up. If these edges were perfectly lined, if there was no overlap, then I would know that you were cheating. Unless you had perfect spatial reasoning without looking, which is really unlikely. But what you can tell is kind of what I'm going for here. You can see the knuckle. You can see the fingertip here. Okay. The proportions are going to be off because you're not looking at your picture, and that's a-okay. This is all about the contour. It's about this line on the outside. There's actually a substantial amount of detail in this drawing, even if it doesn't quite line up. Okay. Let's go ahead and try another one here. I'm going to actually move this over a little bit. You could do it on a separate piece of paper, or you could do it right over the top. I'm going to take the opacity down on that first layer. I'm doing this digitally just for the sake of recording. It makes it easier. I've only got access to one camera. Okay. I'm going to zoom way in on this one. Okay. And this is going to be the space that I'm working with here. Now this time I'm going to do part of my face. I'll probably see a little bit out of my peripheral, but I'm going to try to just look at my face in the camera here. And we're going to try this one again. This is the space I'm working with. Okay. I'm going to start down here. I'm actually going to pick up some of the wrinkles in my shirt first. So, down here, shirt. Might not match up perfect, but I'm trying to keep track of it in my mind a little bit. The wrinkles work great. Wrinkles are just so beautiful. Okay. And kind of where my collar would go. And my neck's going to come in. I'm going to come back to that in a little bit. Try to trace it back. Okay. Not a lot of contours in my chin there, so I'm going to go to something a little more interesting with my ear. Folds back in. Alright, I'll go up. Get my bulbous head in here. I'm worried about going off the page, but not a lot I can do about it at this point. I'm actually going to go all the way back. Try to get my eyebrow. My eyelid. by my eye. And okay, let's stop. All right. So again, the proportions are off for sure, but there's no denying what the subject matter is here, right? Wrinkles on a shoulder, neck, ear, head, eyes. Taken in parts, you'll start to recognize things. Even if yours doesn't come out quite so proportionate, you'll go, oh yeah, there's a piece of an ear right here, or this is clearly some hair. And that is the idea behind this exercise. So I want you to try some of those. Try your hand first, if you have a partner close by, or somebody that you can look at across the room. You can also do that. You could use a mirror and draw yourself. But I want you to try that exercise some. Okay, there's two examples.